Do you want early access? Do you want uncut reactions? If so, then check out our Patreon. Link in the description down below. It looks like we're on the cusp of a showdown, don't you think? Mm-hmm. Look at that symbol up there. You know who's in there. Hibana.
It's the same symbol from her pupils.
Yes. And here this is. So we're just going to hop into this because I want to see what the hell's going to happen. This is Fire Force Episode 6. Here we go.
お邪魔します。行かせないよ。フィフス3 on 3
Damn.
So much for that.
アイリス、第8の仲間が焼かれるのをそこで見ていろ。この世は焼くか焼かれるか。私は焼く側の人間だ。
So that's what happened?
私は幸運にも第3世代として目覚めて焼く側の人間になったんだ。
そんなことで手に入れたものが姉さんの幸せには。
お前はそうやって綺麗事を言ってただ焼かれるのを待っているだけだろ。
シスターに手を出すな。
ジャーリー、忘れたわけではないだろう。お前では私に指一本触れることはできない。
やってみなきゃわかんねえだろ。
Ow.
なんだこれは。
熱失神だ。今お前の体は私が送った熱で覆われている。その熱で血管を広げ血圧を下げ脳への血液量が急激に減り、
だったら勘違いみたいなもんじゃねえか。
勘違いなものか。
動機息切れめまいはどれも勘違いだろうが、火縄中隊長のしごきに比べたらこの程度なんてことないね。
まあいい。無抵抗な相手を焼いてもつまらん。クレマチス。
勘違いお姉さんの目を覚まさせるマンだ。
私の
Deluded lady wake up call.
ふざけるんじゃないよ。その程度で何がヒーローだ。桜。
Damn.
Yeah, she may be a bitch, but that's really cool.
Oh.
それでは姉さんはこの世に救いはないと。
あるさ。自分の成功のために他者を利用し出し抜き、のろまのバカどもを高みで見下す。そこで得られる地位金こそが人の救いだ。
どうして修道院で毎日私たちと祈ったでしょ。
祈ったさ。それで何が救われた。私たち孤児を集めた修道院、神に身を捧げる毎日、そしてあの日、みんな私より敬虔に神に尽くした修道女だった。人は自分のためにしか強くなれない。強くならずして救いを求めるなんて贅沢も大概にしろ。
プリンセスヒバナ、あんたも炎の被害者なんだな。俺も炎に人生を狂わされた一人だからな。
お前に何がわかる。桜吹雪。今度こそジャリラと地べたにひれ伏せ。
倒れるわけにはいかね
熱失神だぞ。
え。今からあなたをぶっ飛ばす。それもこれも全部あなたのために。俺は勘違いお姉さんの目を覚まさせるの。
Damn.
Ah. シスター火花。あとカリウムとかストロンチウムとか。
That's beautiful. That's awesome right there. You know, as a kid, she was interested in showing off what the flames were capable of using the different solutions. That's actually awesome. I love that.
アイリス、そんなところにいないで近くで見てごらんなさい。
Still flames, so don't touch
危
them.
ないよ。花の形にしてあるけど炎なんだから。
シスター火花、また発火能力で遊んで。その力は太陽神様から授かった能力ですよ。それに炎は使い方を誤るととても危険なのよ。
またお花見せてほしい。その引っ込み思案を直したら見せてやるよ。人の身を焼く音、人の叫び、炎の痛み、苦しみ、命を焦がしていく。炎なんて綺麗なものか。
炎は悪魔そのものじゃないか。悪魔は悪魔らしく。
姉さん、一体どこに？
お前は炎謎に焼かれるなよ。利用してやる。人も炎も何もかも。
身寄りのない修道院のみんなにとって姉さんは憧れでした。
私には何もなくなった。
ヒーローならここにいるぜ。
どっちにしろ私の負けだ。これ以上戦うつもりはない。
少しは治ったかしら。
まったくアイリスはこんなところまで単身で乗り込んできよって。
アイリスだよ。姉さん大好き。
ああ、工作に手間取った。俺
Oh,
も
that's where Obi was.
え、終わった。
He's getting all his stuff ready.
That's awesome. That's awesome. He's like, I'm ready now. Tell me what. Wait, it's over? Shit!
That's pretty good. I like that.
I was wondering where the hell Obi was, and he was getting everything ready because he thought he was going in for a siege, and instead, oh, it's over? Well, damn. And here I got pumped up earlier in the day. Jesus. Ooh, that's an interesting for the
I'd
next
kind of
episode.
not even thought about it in a while.
That's an interesting one.
Investigation of the first.
So the one fire soldier who was there when Shinra's mother and brother died.
So I don't exactly have any concrete evidence or reasoning for this, but I did just come up with a new theory for the show.
What's that?
I'm going to go ahead and guess, and it's just basically me not being able to think of anything else, where they have these pyrokinesis people, right?
Yeah.
And just, different generations of them and stuff. People able to control fire, like summon fire and stuff. What if the Infernals were people who started to manifest the powers to do so, but just it went out of control way too fast?
Oh. Maybe so because
there ends up being a link to their powers alongside the Infernals, basically.
That's actually kind of terrifying because the whole thing about Infernals is that they, they're humans who have effectively been consumed by the flames, whereas the ones who are pyrokinetics are able to control the flames. And if there's a connection there, I mean, that would actually be kind of scary because that would mean that everyone who's a pyrokinetic that we've seen so far has been at risk of becoming one of them.
Yeah, or at least to where before they learn to control their powers, essentially.
Yeah.
So I was trying to think, I was like, what's the link between Iris and Hibana, that they were the only ones that didn't get consumed in flames? And I don't know if it was supposed to be like just a stylized version of like, a fire broke out that killed everyone, or if they all turned into infernals. But it sounded like, from like the yelling and the sounds and stuff, and just the way like they were cracking and stuff, that they might have turned into infernals. But at the same time, it's like, I guess they wouldn't have just burned up. If they did, they would have continued to like cause havoc until the fire force showed up to take them out.
Yeah.
So that might have just been a fire that killed them all, and it wasn't necessarily linked to infernals.
Or here's another thing I don't know if it's a thing or not. Whenever someone gets consumed by a spontaneous combustion, I think maybe those who are not strong enough to withstand it don't become infernals and instead just turn to ash.
Maybe.
You see, the ones that are strong enough are able to, because the strangest one is that we had that one infernal over the last few episodes that could talk.
Yeah, the serial killer.
Yeah, the crazy dude.
That could just be a case of like someone like incredibly like evil, like, but also previously like, powerful, because he was previously, a fire force member.
Yeah, so maybe.
So I don't really know. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it would be a case where it's like people who have evil intentions turn into them necessarily, because...
Well, there was that family, dude.
Yeah, like the...
Mother and father turned into it, and they were just like basic citizens.
Yeah, you would think.
I mean, as far as we know.
There's still not a lot of clues that we haven't been given for what exactly causes it, because we started with like guy on a train, lady that we didn't even see turn, dude from the family that we didn't see turn.
Yeah.
Then we got to see the serial killer was like the second one we actually got to see turn, but it was still just, instantaneous, not really 100% of any clue as to what caused it. So I don't know.
I don't know either, dude. There's a lot of unknowns.
That was just my initial guess, is like there could be a link. At the very least, there could be a link to where it's like those who have the pyrokinetic powers and stuff are immune from combusting into an infernal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like the obvious anime thing is for at some point to link those powers together. Because otherwise you just have these powers in this fantasy world that are just kind of there just to be there. But even in like Soul Eater, he went a little deeper into exactly like why things worked the way they did with like the weapons and everything, and
you're right about that.
The Reaper's tools and stuff. So I feel like he's got something in mind to explain for like why is it that there are people with pyrokinetic abilities and stuff like that.
The best link we have for that is Joker, because the ashes that he used.
So he's not really using necessarily a pyrokinetic ability. He's using something that was manufactured to basically give him an ability that he didn't previously have.
Yes. And he also seems to be a very like, even without being a pyrokinetic, he's a very hard opponent to fight. Mm-hmm. And it's I'm wondering what he knows. That's the thing about it. I'm wondering what the hell Joker knows about the Infernals, and I'm also wondering what the hell all the other Fire Force, all the other stations are up to, because
there's the guy that gave Joker the powder. What's up with him?
Yeah, him too. And then, of course, in the next episode, we're going to go to the first fire station, which, is the most closely tied to the church. So I guess we're going to see just how close they are to, like, in terms of difference. Because the fifth one, as we found out, is very closely tied to Hajime. And Hajime seems to be a company that is all about exploiting infernals and and gaining research through very, very questionable tactics.
But also, it kind of looks like they might have won Hibana over, so
Well,
I wonder if she will give them some information starting next episode as well.
probably. I mean, if she does, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because, you know, I think she's I'm not going to say she is in love with I'm not going to say she's in love with Shinra, but I think she definitely sees a light in him that gives her a kind of hope. And also the fact that Iris is there, who is sort of an anchor to her, before she lost her mind. I mean, I think she will help out the Eighth with their investigation.
Like the Naruto of the series, to where like everyone he comes into contact with, like eventually, like basically becomes his friend, pretty much.
Probably
becomes a better person because of him.
Maybe, which that's what you want from a protagonist. I mean, you want the protagonist to try and make people around him better people.
I was trying to think. It feels like it's been so long since I watched Soul Eater, but I feel like there were kind of like at least one or two, if not several, characters that were initially like, adversaries to the main characters.
Well, yeah, Bleach was the same way too.
And then after the fact became friends with them or whatever, like became like parts of the crew and stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing about...
Didn't they even fight with Black Star and Tsubaki like whenever they first met them?
I don't
think they were friends with them at first.
I think so. I think they did.
I'm pretty sure Death the Kid didn't get along with them either. Like, he doesn't get along with anybody at first.
No, he didn't get along with no one.
Yeah, so...
I
think that's the thing he does a lot. It seems like in his manga and anime or whatever, is just like in his stories. Basically, is just he likes the idea of everyone you run into is at first at odds with you, and then you make friends after overcoming your differences or whatever. Well,
you see, even the worst of enemies can bury the hatchet and learn from each other once their competition and competing is over. For instance, one that I'll never, like, my dad told me about, and looking back on I like watching documentaries and stuff on it, there was a rivalry in the 80s that took place between two individuals in specific, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, two of the best basketball players in the world. One of them very down, like, not very like out there. He's a very quiet person. Larry Bird was a very quiet person, a very measured person. He didn't like go out of his way to do interviews and brag about how awesome of a person he was. And then there was Magic Johnson, who was like complete polar opposite, who was just like big, brash. He's like, I'm Magic Johnson. I'm the baddest dude in the world. And he had this really magnetic personality that people loved. And on the basketball court, they were just the most heated of rivals, throwing elbows at each other, fighting each other, and everything like that. And then after their careers were over, they became best friends. They're the two best friends. And every time they're around each other, they're just always talking, always having fun, and always enjoying the company of each other. And it's that competition that gave them an understanding of one another. And when the dust had settled on their careers, they were just like, hey, man, you want to go grab a beer and talk about shit? I mean, that's the same thing that can happen hell, some of the best UFC fighters have switched camps after they fought somebody because they had a connection with the guy that they fought. And I'm like, I want to get better. I want to fight at this guy's camp now. And they, in turn, become best friends. I mean... the level, whenever it comes to competition and whenever it comes to adversaries and everything, you can be eternal adversaries, but you have to, I repeat, you have to grow from your interactions with them. Otherwise, you're never going to learn anything, and you're never going to grow as a human being. And that's why it's very important. Well, it's very important to have rivalries and adversaries throughout life, because... through that competition, you not only make yourself better, but you make the other person better as well. In which I've tried that throughout my life, and I've had adversaries, and I got to say, I'm not friends with all of them, but some of them I am, and I'm glad that I was adversaries with them at a time, because I'm a better person now because of it. That's just how I feel. Sorry, I didn't mean to rant on that, but yeah. I'm thinking you might be right, and that the more that Shinra goes through this, the more friends he's going to make, or the more like adversaries he's going to turn over to his side. And I think eventually there's going to be enough people on his side to where he's going to be able to make a difference, you know?
Could be.
We'll have to see. We will definitely have to see.
Well, that's the thing, is if they can unite all of the force with the information that they keep from each other, as well as like maybe the three companies, somehow eventually they could all put stuff together and realize that they can all solve the problem if they
work together.
Yeah, actually work together and stop being stupid about it.
Well, agendas, dude. Everyone's got their own agendas, and hopefully they can see past those bullshit agendas and can work together. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. All right, well, that's going to do it for this, ladies and gentlemen. This was episode 6 of Fire Force. Hopefully you all enjoyed it, and if you want to see more, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to stay notified. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then click the Vimeo link down there in the description. I mean, you should already see that, but anyway, I guess until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
Sorry, I'm yawning. I'm Nick.
And we'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace out.
Rip and tear until it is done.
Mm.